Hello, it's Monday, May 25th, and welcome to Minutes That Matter. Well, turn in your Bible with me this morning to Joshua chapter 4. The reason why we're not in Matthew chapter 5 is that today our nation is celebrating Memorial Day. And while it is a day that usually signals the beginning of summer and is kicked off with cookouts and camping, it is also a solemn day of remembrance. It is a day on which people in every village, every town, every city usually gather around a memorial that has been erected to those that have fallen in battle, to remember their service and to remember their sacrifice. Now, this habit is not something new. The Bible speaks of memorials that were built by God's people, at times at God's command, to help people remember. Just such a memorial was commanded by God and recorded for us in Joshua chapter 4. And so, if you're there, follow along as I quote the first several verses. When all the nation had finished passing over the Jordan, the Lord said to Joshua, "Take 12 men from the people, from each tribe a man, and command them, saying, Take 12 stones from here out of the midst of the Jordan, from the very place where the priest's feet stood firmly, and bring them over with you and lay them down in the place where you lodge tonight." Then Joshua called the 12 men from the people of Israel whom he had appointed, a man from each tribe. And Joshua said to them, "Pass on before the ark of the Lord your God into the midst of the Jordan, and take up each of you a stone upon his shoulder, according to the number of the tribes of the people of Israel, that this may be a sign among you. When your children ask in time to come, 'What do these stones mean to you?' then you shall tell them that the waters of the Jordan were cut off before the ark of the covenant of the Lord. When it passed over the Jordan, the waters of the Jordan were cut off. So these stones shall be to the people of Israel a memorial forever." Just as we gather together each year to remember and to cause our children to remember the sacrifice that came before them to secure and keep the freedom with which they live and in which they live, God wanted the Israelites and the generations that followed to have a memorial to remind them of what God had done to free them from Egypt and bring them to the Promised Land. So here's where I want us to land on this Memorial Day, as our nation celebrates on its calendar the sacrifice of many. As we gather to remember, as we get into our cars to go camping or to head to cookouts, let's take some time to build some memorials to God in our own life and about them to our children. First, think about your own life. You are a living memorial, and your life every day is to cause people to see Christ in your works and in your words. You're a salt and light. How do you need to continue to be building your life into the image of Christ so that people might ask, "Why do you live the way you do?" Secondly, possibly take some time this week as an individual, as a couple, or as a family and think about what God has done in your life to show you his character. Possibly even create some visual memorial that you can place in your home or maybe in your yard so that each time you see it, it might cause you to remember and to worship him. Well, finally, take some time today to recount and celebrate Christ's work on the cross and his resurrection from the grave to provide you freedom from your sin. Possibly share your testimonies with one another or with someone else. And then take some time to thank God for what he did for you through Jesus Christ. And so, friends, from all of us at Minutes That Matter, have a wonderful and safe Memorial Day.